There's a lot of urban legends here. You want to any in particular?
Let's go. I don't know. Let's just go through some of them.
All right.
What's some interesting ones?
All right. I'll just start at the top, and if you guys see one you want to talk about, we'll go. Marilyn Manson played Paul Pfeiffer on The Wonder Years. You guys heard this?
I heard it. I did hear that.
Yeah, that was it's not true.
It's not true. But everybody thought that.
Then you just go to IMDb and you're like, oh, I guess he didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, this was before you could do that, so that was a rumor. I actually met the guy who played Paul Pfeiffer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him at a wedding.
At a Marilyn Manson concert.
He's a lawyer too?
He was at a wedding.
He's a lawyer.
A friend of mine got married in New Jersey, and
he
was there.
And he was friends with him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Not Marilyn Manson, the guy.
Paul Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
So he's not an actor anymore. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a lawyer. How'd you know that?
Somebody else I know knows him.
Okay.
Wow.
He could have also been at that wedding.
He's not the Goonies guy.
No.
That guy's a lawyer too.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
The Truffle Shuffle kid?
No, I think it was on the bus.
Yeah.
The fat kid on Goonies is a lawyer. He's a lawyer to a lot of comedians. Great guy. I've met with him and he's not my lawyer, but he was a great dude. But it was funny to. I mean, he's a real lawyer. I mean, he's like legit lawyer. But it's funny when you go meet with him and you're like, oh, good lawyer.
Jamie Lee Curtis was born with both male and female sex organs. Not true. There's supposedly an interview where she admitted to this, but according to Snopes, that's not the case. Some people think
What's Snopes?
It's this guy. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, it's Snopes. According to Snopes.
It's the website where you go to
look
search
up
urban legends.
like Snopes.
Yeah. Some people think her dad was Tony Curtis and her mom was Janet Leigh, and they had this perfect life supposedly. And some people think this rumor just started because out of pure jealousy, they're like,
"Oh yeah,
they had a perfect life." So let's say their kid was that.
I've met her before a couple of times. She's crazy nice.
That's good.
Did you get a vibe that she was born with both organs?
No, I did not get that vibe.
Okay,
that's crazy how pervasive those kind of rumors are.
Yeah,
you know, I would have thought that was because I heard that years ago, and I thought that was still.
You know what's crazy impressive about her? I met her, and this is 15 years ago or around. Almost 10 years later, I see her again, and I only met her. I hung out with her for like 5 or 10 minutes. She remembered my name. Wow. She was like, "Hey, Nick." I was like, "Wow, that isn't
that's crazy.
It's crazy memory."
That's super impressive when someone can do that. It's very nice too.
Yeah, made me feel good. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So don't talk about her having 2 pirates.
Well, but that's crazy that she has to answer that question.
Yeah,
that's what's insane. Is so then she gets asked, "Hey, do you have male and female sex organs?" And you can be like, "No, I don't." That's insane to ask me that. Well, we have to ask, and you're like, someone just made that up. Someone just said that it's out of nowhere, and now she has to answer for it.
Yeah,
and I hate that, but Jamie, I do need to ask you. For the record, you just give a big, and I think that's terrible, but it's on the paper, and I need to ask. Just set the record straight.
Mr. Rogers was once a Navy SEAL. Not true.
Not true.
So I had always.
Are any
heard.
of these true?
There's some, but
yeah.
I
can read
a true one.
If you know the true ones, read just 3 headlines, make one true and not true.
All right.
Let's see if we can guess.
All right, let's see here.
I still think Mr. Rogers was like a sniper, though.
Yeah.
Part of me that he had. I was so convinced by that.
Is that rooted in anything, or is it totally made up?
There's 0 chance. I don't know why you would ever think.
He just. It was just a thing where he
You've
has tattoos.
That vibe.
Just people always said it. And
he had tattoos?
Yeah, that he had all these tattoos, and he was like. And it wasn't crazy. It just was he was a Vietnam vet. His job was he was a sniper in there. And I was like, oh, okay.
You thought that made sense.
It made sense because it just sounded like, oh, okay, maybe that was the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I had enough friends.
A guy that talked as quietly as he did. And just.
Why not? I had friends, parents, you
had friends that were snipers.
Not snipers, but, they were like, oh, wow, this is crazy. You're, in Vietnam, Marine, in a crazy battle.
Yeah.
And he's just like a regular dude, not like crazy. I mean, not Mr. Rogers kind of tone, but.
Yeah, people thought he was a sniper. They thought he wore the sweaters to cover up tattoos.
I love it.
But it's just because he was so
down to
earth kind of guy that people.
Well, I
just like
mean, maybe would be a good sniper. Would just he's very even kill. Just
heart rate doesn't change.
Yeah, and just kind of sits there. He's killed a lot of people, and now he's just talking to kids.
All right. Circus hippo eats dwarf.
All right, easy guys. This is
Have you heard this?
I haven't heard it.
All right.
But I believe hippos are the most dangerous animal.
Yeah.
Little people are also, we're little, so this could happen.
Yep.
I think I would die by hippo. If it was me and a hippo, I'd be dead.
So that was
Everybody would die. Yeah.
At a circus, a dwarf was jumping on a trampoline. I think it was before the show actually started, and bounced sideways right when a hippo was yawning and went in the hippo's mouth, swallowed him. People thought it was part of the show.
Now, I don't know about the swallow, but I think the
well, he's going to read 3. 1 is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 2 are fake. So
I was on board until the swallow, and then I'm like,
we're going to finish the next 2.
What eat? What do you think eat means?
I mean,
it's a
if
weird
you like
that he bounced.
Then all of a sudden we're talking about Dumbo or not Dumbo. What's Pinocchio? Like inside the whale.
Yeah. I don't think Pinocchio was in a well.
Jonah?
Jonah.
In the whale?
Jonah was in the well.
Jonah? No, Pinocchio wasn't a whale.
Geppetto. Oh.
Did he really?
Yeah. I think the wood would swell. But,
Seems like you could just lie some and get out.
Yeah.
Rip them apart. Headlight flashing is a gang initiation. Have you heard this?
Yeah, I've always heard that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
Don't flash your light to someone, like if their lights are off at night, because it could be a gang initiation.
We're all in a gang now from these drive-ins where
that's what flashing lights. Yeah, everybody's flashing lights. But that's so if you see someone's headlights off, what do? You flash your lights to say, hey, your lights are off. You ever do that driving at night?
Yeah.
You know that?
I do that.
So they're saying don't do that because if you did that,
they'll turn around, follow you, and kill you.
I feel like there's not gangs anymore. I feel like is that?
I mean, no, there's plenty of them. There's a lot of gangs.
Like there was a big thing growing up, like the Bloods and the Crips, and now it's like,
yep, they're doing real good.
I don't know they are.
Yeah, they are.
That's
mafia,
a hoax.
No, the mafia is probably not like it was, but gangs are. I mean, look at cartels. Cartels, mafia, and gangs. The cartel's thriving.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
But I wouldn't call them a gang. Would you call that a gang?
A cartel?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a gang. I don't know if you think it's like gangs or, what's that movie where they had the
West Side Story?
West Side Story.
Yeah.
I think that's what you think of a gang is. No,
or even
I don't
Bloods
think
and Crips.
Okay. I think there's Blood and Crips. I don't think there's like fun gangs where it's like we've just fist fought and went home. Like in the 50s.
Someone's gonna get cut tonight.
I think now there's straight up major gangs that can.
The MS-13,
I think they're a lot more organized.
MS-13,
like I think they're even more. They're more organized now than they ever were. But yeah. All
right. Mole people are a group of underground tunnel dwellers that live underneath New York City.
So those are the 3. So you got to pick. One's real. The other 2 are not.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know the answer.
I'm going with the
mole people lived in the subways, and there's a whole community that was underneath it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going with the dwarf that got swallowed.
Okay, you're picking the true one.
Oh, the true one. Oh, I'm going mole people.
Yeah.
So only one of those 3 actually is true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going the mole people as well.
Yeah, I'm going. I think I've looked up mole people. I think they did an interview. They did a news story about it.
That'd be a great documentary
with mole people.
So they just live in darkness down there. That's
they
crazy.
live in darkness, and they come up, and someone goes to the grocery store. There's different levels. There's a hierarchy, and so someone's like below that doesn't go up. But so which one was
mole people is correct?
Is correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a hierarchy of they go and they live down there, and they have people that would go out and go get groceries. And then they come back, and so some people don't come up.
I heard there's like a little city down there too.
Yeah, it's basically homeless people that live in the subway.
Yeah, well, there's so many different layers.
Yeah,
the subway at New York is 8 stories, something like that. It goes way down,
and a lot of the tracks no longer are in service, so they just live there.
Yeah, the temperature stays the same the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's. Man. Are they still? They're still there now. They think. I think they did an interview. I think they filmed. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be a great guest.
Yeah, the hippo story's not real, so that's good.
Yeah,
I think I was almost. I thought you were going to go for it.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
when you say you bounced over. when you go, he bounced off the trampoline and just went in his mouth. It sounds like
Yeah.
a cartoon.
I was on
Well-
board until the inside the mouth,
Yeah.
where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm 100 pounds. I'm not going inside anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I could be eaten. I'm a good target to be like dead by like scratched or like bit, but not swallowed.
Yeah.
Spider lays eggs in woman's cheek. You ever heard that?
In woman's cheek?
Like, yes, I've heard different variations. This is spider bites you, or you get scratched, and you're in spider bite, and you're like, oh, and then it swells up and it hatches,
Oh wow!
and just thousands or hundreds maybe of spiders come running out.
Inside your mouth.
Well, on the outside, like here.
Oh, they bite you and lay the eggs inside your skin.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
I've never heard that.
That
No.
would be a good movie.
Whether that's
I
true or
think it
not,
is.
I'll be thinking about that for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't think I'll.
that's a
It
nightmare.
seems so. It doesn't make sense.
Well, they
Is that
agree
how
with
they
you.
lay eggs? They.
According to science, no, they don't.
Yeah.
But that is a common. I mean, I've heard that a bunch.
I've never heard that.
I
urban
never heard
legend.
it.
Yeah.
But that would be crazy. Could you imagine just like having like 35 spiders where you're like, oh, excuse me a minute, I just gotta, you know, you just spit out
Well,
like
you
6
do-
spiders.
You do swallow a certain number of spiders every year, right? Isn't
Yeah.
there?
I don't know about that.
It's like
I
6
think
a
bugs.
year, maybe, or something.
I feel like it was more than that.
Is it spiders? It's bugs or
Bugs you
spiders?
s-
or
yeah,
something, or-
bugs.
You're
you
never
swallow.
more than 6 feet from a spider. I read that somewhere. too.
All
Oh,
right,
boy.
I
Here
don't
we
know
If
go.
that's true.
Here we go.
You're never.
It's 'cause of
how
social
crazy-
You're
distancing?
never more than 6 feet away
Yeah.
from one.
Was it more before
Yeah.
COVID?
Since COVID.
Yeah.
It was less. That's so right now we're near who knows how many spiders.
Probably, yeah, the ceiling. You know,
Yeah.
who knows
That's
what's
crazy.
going on up there?
1, 2, just up there living it up. Yeah.